and I really wanted to give you like some instant things if you're in, the depths, the darkness. The darkness is closing in on you. And go off! The last three are the ones that I'm like, Kelsey, maybe you shouldn't be giving other people advice. Maybe we should shut it down. Lord God, what's going on? Don't do it. Don't do it. But greetings from what is still shipping and receiving because I refuse to get organized for my November tour dates that are left. It's your girl, Kelsey, rom-com author, former comedian, vlogger, YouTuber, podcaster, compulsive oversharer, bestie on the internet. If this is your first time watching me, I am a lot. And I promise you by the end of this episode, you're going to feel better. So maybe you clicked on this because you're having a little bit of the blues, the Sunday scaries, you're down in the dumps a little bit, don't know why, or maybe you do know why. I have been through a rough couple of years, as is evidenced in the last few podcast episodes that I've done, talking a lot about change and grief and, how hard adulting is, as if everyone doesn't already know. So this week, I told myself, I'm like, we're going to do something happy, dadgummit. The name of the show is Happy Tears. I sort of became unhinged and off the rails as I was writing this episode. So I hope you all enjoyed. Let me tell you what I'm not going to tell you. Okay, I'm not going to give you the same advice that you've heard in every single listicle video, podcast episode. Okay, things like list some things that you're grateful for. Okay, think of people in your life that you love. Write out happy thoughts. Observe the sunshine and the butterflies and think about your physical senses and be grateful for the air in your lungs and the fact that you're blinking and so on and so forth. Good. That's good advice. Good. Do that. Okay. Also, repeat a short prayer or affirmation. Obviously, I believe in prayer. If you're feeling poorly, praying for help, for strength, praying about things that you're grateful for, just thanking the Lord for your blessings. Also, great advice. Some people would say saying positive mantras, saying positive things out loud. Great, cool, do that also. Some physical things. So take a break to breathe. Fix your terrible posture, Kelsey. Go outside in the sun. Go for a walk with or without your weighted vest. Turn on music. Do a dance. Have a dance break. Do a bunch of jumping jacks or something physical. You've heard all this stuff before. If you were going to do it, you probably would have done it because we all know these things. Again, solid advice. Do it if you need to do it. Replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts. Obviously, take captive every thought is straight out of the word. Glory to God. That's a good one. But again, if you're on this video, you've probably heard that, 5,000 times. Same thing as hug a loved one. And I will say, hugging my 1.5-year-old son is an instant oh yeah, this feels good. This is nice. Petting one of your pets. Let me tell you something. Talk me off the ledge because I miss having a dog so much. And I know what you're thinking, Kelsey. Don't you dare. You have 6 children. You're not even used to having 6 children yet. One of them is 1.5 years, still eating things off the floor and just there's just bodily fluids everywhere. You got too many young ones. Don't do it. Don't do it. But a puppy, but an older dog who will just love me and follow me around, but someone who will always be happy to see me. Okay, guys, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not. But if you have a pet, please just love on that pet extra for me right now. Take it for a walk, have it snuggle on the couch with you. Maybe it's not allowed to get up on the couch, but you gave it a pass. For me today, do it. Okay, so those are some of the things that, instantly feel better. And maybe you can get out of the house and do some self-care things. This doesn't really flow with the listicle today because it's not something instant. And I really wanted to give you some instant things if you're in, the depths, the darkness. The darkness is closing in on you and you want some immediate things. But if you can get out of your house and go do some self-care things like taking a walk or going and getting a massage, something very relaxing. I went, like I told you guys, it's my birthday month. Well, my birthday was this past weekend. So I went to get a pedicure. And I've been telling myself, like, one of the reasons I'm already like, kind of like, can I keep podcasting? Like doing the other videos, I have my writing tips and my writing vlog. That feels very easy to do. I just hop on and do it. But with a podcast, it's like, I need to provide value to the masses. I need to say something new and different and interesting. And I need to be funny because eventually I want to go on tour again and people need to pay and come and have tickets. And so I got to be funny and And I realized that part of the problem was that your girl never leaves her house. And so I don't really have that much interesting stuff to say, especially because I like to listen to other comedians' podcasts and they're always talking about this ridiculous stuff. Well, I left my house, went to get a pedicure on my birthday, and I'm sitting there trying to relax. And you should know that I'm one of those people that I personally consider myself pretty tough. But if I see someone else in pain or suffering, I can't take it. It's like, my mom was a nurse. Could not be me because I can't handle it. Like when the kids, if something really like under pressure, I'm pretty good. So if my child came to me and was like bleeding out, I'd probably like go into execution mode and like all my leadership training since like 7th grade leadership class would kick in. But inside my stomach would just be roiling and turning over and doing cartwheels because I can't handle it. So why am I telling you this? I'm at the pedicure place trying to relax, trying to have like, oh, this is my birthday gift to me. I'm going to sit here with the massage chair and I'm going to get, these gnarly ogre toes taken care of. And I look up at all of the TVs, multiple TVs, and because it's October, they're showing horror movies, you guys. What in what world is this man sawing off his own limb to get out? I don't know what movie it was. It was disturbing. There was like a lot of like grime and pain and sawing and chopping. And I'm just like, in what universe is this relaxing? Like they've still got the spa music. So then you've got the juxtaposition of this man sawing off his own limb. And the music is like, doo-doo-doo. That was Titanic. But you know what I mean? Like, what in the world? I almost thought about asking, like, hey, this is harshing my vibe. Okay, this is not what I signed up for when I want to relax. But then I was like, don't be like the old lady who's like ruining everyone else's October fun. Because clearly it was like a Halloween thing and they must like be really into Halloween because that's what they were showing on multiple TVs. Like I couldn't, no matter where I looked, there it was. So that's just like Kelsey left her house story for the week. But I will say, if that's something I did feel like $1 million when I was done because of the massage chair and I paid $5 extra per arm to have an arm massage. And then they massage your calves and do your, take care of your horrible, nasty, embarrassing feet. And so I felt like $1 million when I came out. So if you can get out of your house and do something like that, great. But my 10 tips really are instant. I'm trying to get them to be instant. Okay. So the first one, already coming in with something weird right off the bat, put on more lights. When I am feeling low, this is one of those things I kind of don't even realize, especially because I put the baby to sleep for nap time and I rock him to sleep at bedtime in my room. So my room stays pretty dark. And when the baby was little, I was also trying to nap from time to time. So we would just leave things kind of dark. And of course, it only takes one visit from my mother to be like, what's going on here? And like, she's like throwing open all the curtains and just like, we need more light. And I am also a very big natural light person. So I don't like that the overhead lights are on in here, but the older you get, the more lighting you need. They're all on right now. All the lights are on, but I don't really like that normal day to day. I don't like any of the overhead lights. We're much more ambient light lamp people, higgy people. So that's another thing where if it's a dark and cloudy day and we're not getting much natural light in and I only have on a couple lamps, it's super dark. And then I'm like, oh, man, I wonder why I'm like so tired and just like drained and just kind of feeling blah and down. Well, maybe because it's a tomb in here. And it's one of those things you don't notice if you're already trending towards depression, if you're already having a rough time and you're already tired and you're not sleeping well and you're crying a lot or whatever the case may be, you may not realize it. So put on more lights, okay? Number 2, put up your twinkle lights. Put up decorations. Get garden gnomes that make you happy outside. Bring them inside. Take that one candle that you only burn whenever company comes over because it's still got all the toxic chemicals in it and you're trying to live a toxic free life. But we all know, can we all secretly agree that while we want to just do low tox everything, the really smell good candles are the ones filled with poison? Can I get an amen? And so maybe get that one out. There's no company coming, but you're there and you matter. So you put on the candle for yourself, your favorite smelling candle. But twinkle lights or little decorations, we all make fun of people who keep up their Christmas tree year round, or who still have keep all their Christmas decorations up through January or February. But January and February are the worst. And so if the tree brings you joy, keep it up. For me, the tree would just be like a reminder that I need to take down the Christmas decorations. It wouldn't still be bringing me joy, but maybe it would bring you joy. But even if you catch this video or you find this audio podcast episode in July, go get your twinkle lights out, because it makes a difference. There's just something about little Christmas lights, or even the smaller little LED fairy lights, that putting them up just changes everything. It just does. It's like putting on music, just changing the whole room with twinkle lights. In fact, I have some twinkle lights in one of my plants. You've probably seen in my vlogs. It's a tall plant that I've had, real life plant that I've nursed for years and years and years, and it's getting big and tall. And I keep Christmas lights in it year round because I love it. It makes me happy. So Christmas lights. All right. That's number 2. Number 3, change clothes. Just change clothes. You don't need to change clothes. Well, if you're dealing with depression, you probably do need to change clothes. If you're a new mom, you definitely need to change clothes because you're nasty. You've got spit up on you, some urine from a while back that you weren't sure if it was urine. You know it was urine. You were like, oh, the toddler sat down in a puddle. We both know what it was. It's time to change, honey. It's time to change. Now, this could either go change into something spiffy, change into an outfit, like one of your favorite outfits you never get to wear, just for fun, or it could be changed into something super duper comfortable. But sometimes, like the softest comforting sweater you have, or your favorite sweatshirt. But a lot of times, if you're not doing great mentally and emotionally, you might already be in your comfy sweatshirt. So, this one may not apply if you're already wearing the most comfortable pajamas you own and the most comfortable sweatshirt you own. Then maybe we're going to swing the other direction and say, honey, maybe just change your underwear. Maybe change into the second most comfortable thing you own. If you've been in those clothes for a while, you will feel like a new person. I promise you. Okay, so change clothes, number 3. Number 4, call someone. But again, I'm trying to give you some things you haven't thought of maybe. And I don't like the advice of just, call a loved one. I'm sorry. Not all loved ones are created equal. And if you... That's the truth. And if you're feeling down, my personal recommendation is to call someone bubbly, a true extrovert, a people's person, a gal's gal who just loves to chat. Okay. My cousin Morgan, she's 12 years younger than me. She is just happy. She's a happy person. And she loves to chat on the phone, loves it. She's just one of those people that every time you see them, they're probably smiling, and genuinely so, just genuinely happy about things. So that kind of person, you've got one in your life. Call them up and just say, hey, what have you been doing this week? And these people are chatty. They will go, well, Sunday we went to church, and then after church we had to stop by the gas station, but then we went and they will go on, and you can just listen to this happy person just giving you all this warm, fuzzy, random knowledge, random, account of their day, their life. Sometimes a little old lady could be great for this, like a grandma who's got all the hot goss. She's got all the tea from the potlucks, and you can just ask her, what's the latest on Llewellyn? We hate Llewellyn. Llewellyn is the worst, or whoever it is. But some of you have that person, a grandma, an aunt, who you can call and just be like, so what's the latest at church? Or the book club, what's the latest at the book club? Or what's the latest at your bunco club, or whatever it is. And they will go off and tell you all this stuff that you don't care. You don't need to know, but they're just so happy and so invested and so energized about it. You're just like, yeah. And that can even, too long of this could even be tiring, but you're going to get off the phone smiling. And that interaction is going to lift you up. So I'm not just going to give you the advice, call a friend or call a loved one, especially because sometimes your friends know all of the stuff that you're going through, and they're going to ask you questions like, hey, so was tonight any better? Or, hey, I know you've been struggling with X, Y, and Z. How's it going? This is not the time sometimes it can be helpful to vent or, dig into like what you're going through. But for a lot of that starts to like feel like work and pressure on what you should be changing and how you should be working on things and how things should be better by now. My recommendation is to call someone fluffy, lighthearted, happy, and talk about things that are not you. One of the great happiness hacks we all know and we tend to forget is to just get out of our own lives and our own heads and our own problems, right? So call someone like that, okay? Now, number 6, all of the articles and listicles, videos, podcasts will say that you need to like go do something random and fun. And I agree. But I would also say something that is a little bit ridiculous for you, So like for me, sitting and singing would be fun. I never get to do it anymore, to take the time to sit and really sing, warm up my voice and really let it out, like let it rip, sing a show tune as loud as I can. Like that would be fun. But also maybe something a little bit more ridiculous, like scootering or skateboarding or something that is just not me at all. That will get me laughing. A lot of people are really bad at drawing. This is my recommendation to you personally watching this, unless you're an illustrator or an artist. Try to draw a horse. I dare you right now to sit and draw a horse. It will be horrendous. You will be terrible at it. Even great artists have trouble with horses because they're ridiculous animals. Why are their legs like that? Why is their neck so long? Why is their nose so long? And then they got this fat middle, like, Lord God, what's going on with horses? All the other animals look like pretty normal. Try to draw a horse, okay? Push yourself to do something that is just stupid, random, weird, and not in your wheelhouse because you will laugh at yourself. Like, what the heck? That's my recommendation on doing something fun, okay? Now, obviously, number 7 is going to be, getting out of the real world. And I need to tell you that the Happy Tears podcast is brought to you by my books. Happy Christmas is out now. It's only been out like a week and a half. I hope you will buy it. Ebook, audiobook is out, which was a big investment and kind of a risk. So if you are an audio girly, I encourage you to please right now go start listening to Happy Christmas. The story begins in October. So you still have all the fall vibes. You go through Halloween, Thanksgiving, fall festivals, and then Christmas towards the end of the book. Because I refuse to write a romance where they fall in love in just a couple weeks. Absolutely not. All my romances are going to be like at least 90 days. Happy Christmas right now, ebook. It's in Kindle Unlimited. If you're a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, you can read right now for free. Audiobook. And if you want the illustrated special edition that was going to be a tour exclusive, it is still only available during the tour. So that means you can get it right now signed from me on my website. I only bought a limited quantity and it will be gone once the tour is over in November. So if you're interested in hardcover signed special editions, go get that on my website. Okay, number 7, read fiction or watch TV or watch a comfort movie. But I'm going to say maybe do the opposite of what you normally do. So if you're someone who reads a ton, when is the last time you sat and watched a really good movie? Maybe find a new good movie, like a new release movie, because it's a different form of escapism. And I encourage you to pick one with comedy. Obviously, we're talking about how to instantly improve our mood. I don't think watching a drama or maybe a murder mystery will get you out of your own head. But I would encourage you to find a new release with some comedy, some lighthearted, inspiring elements. That's what I would encourage. So that's number 7, like watch TV, movie, read fiction. Number 8, something even funnier would be to watch stand-up comedy. Now, as a stand-up comedian, I really believe in stand-up comedy. I really believe you go watch one of the free live specials. YouTube has full comedy specials for free. Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, a whole hour or 90 minutes where you can watch it and you get the crowd reaction. It's just different than watching little tiny stand-up clips or watching meme videos or like going on YouTube and watching like funniest fall down. I love watching people fall down. I love watching people fall down. I don't know what that says about me as a human, that I don't mind seeing other humans bite it. Unless it's like really obvious they're in pain, as we've previously just established. For the most part, people just like slipping and falling, hilarious. It's a comedy gold standard. but it's a different, like, short-term burst than, and less effective in my opinion, than watching a full comedy special, which is crafted to sort of take you on a storytelling journey. You get more invested, meaning you get out of your own head more and into the jokes and into the stories and into the performance that you're watching with a live audience. You can't watch a whole stand-up special. Okay, sure, go watch clips of jokes or go watch meme videos or something like that, but my recommendation is actually sit and watch a stand-up comedy special. Okay. These are the last three are the ones that I'm like, Kelsey, maybe you shouldn't be giving other people advice. Maybe we should shut it down. Number 8 is to just channel. So this is, the last one was number 7. This is number 8. Channel all the toxic positivity that you can and fake it. And this is probably bad advice, but it has helped me because when I was really, dealing with some heavy things, just freaking out, okay, about the transitions we went through. If you're new here, we had one daughter, adopted 4 children, then right after we met them, found out we were pregnant. And so did not plan on having 6 kids all of a sudden. We had planned for 4 new children, yes, but adding a baby into the mix when we barely knew our kids, I mean, it was insane and it was so hard. I cannot fully express how hard that the last couple of years of our lives have been, my husband and I. And so there have been some really low points where I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? How are we going to get through this? How are we going to adapt? How am I going to serve all of these children well and still, take care of myself and my husband and like all of the needs? You get it. Okay. And so sometimes I just had to fake it and just like smile when I saw the kids and just like put on happy music and dance, even though I didn't want to. And just like, I feel like every mom has done this. Like you are really struggling, but your child comes to you. And so you put on a face, right? You have to do it. And so you do it. But I also think it helps sometimes. The act of smiling makes you subconsciously feel happier. It's like they're related. The muscles in your face are related to the feelings in your brain and your emotions. And so faking it can really help. Obviously not for extended periods. I'm not a mental health professional. You're all shocked. So that's number 8. Number 9, this one's a Kelsey special. Buckle up. I need you to think about, number 9 is toxic gratitude. Because I need you to think about something recent that really sucked. Like, even if you're, young and 20 something watching this because you think I'm funny. Hey, remember when you were in college and like you were failing in class or you never slept and you had all these finals and you had so much pressure on you? Then when things are a little bit rough around, you can look at your life and say, hey, at least I'm not still in school, right? So maybe you are a mom who just got through potty training and then you're in a new hard season. You can look around and say, hey, at least I'm not still getting my hands in crap every day. At least I'm not still having to clean the sheets every single morning from overnight, potty training. I feel like with parenting, it's especially easy because there's always that hard season that you recently went through. Wherever you are in life, you've seen some things, you've gone through some things, you have lived some hard things. And 1 or 2 of those were much, much, much harder than everything else. So at least you can turn to your husband and be like, hey, at least we're not doing that anymore. Thank God. Let's let that toxic gratitude. Speaking of husbands, I don't think on any of the lists I saw like just do the hanky panky to feel better immediately. And that should be on here. So that's going to be 9B. Now, the thing about it is a lot of times when you're in the doldrums and everything is hard, you're not necessarily in the mood to put on your business socks. Is that the song? It's business. It's business time. And I'm down to just my socks. It's time for business. That's why they call business socks. Yeah, your business socks. And get after it. But all the more reason because you will feel better. And maybe you just need a little release. You know what I'm saying? Oh. All right. So number 9, toxic gratitude. And number 10 is probably one of the best and most helpful, also unhinged, which is toxic nihilism. To just remember that like nothing matters. The end. No, So much of what we're in is temporary, okay? So, great reminder. Will I care about this? Will I still be sad about this in 5 days? Will I still be torn up about this in 5 weeks? Will I remember this feeling, this day, what's going on in 5 months? Will I remember it in 5 years? Probably not. So, a really tough season with your kids, a really tough situation with your spouse, a really horrible time at work, a rotten boss, a sucky coworker, a project that just fails. I have been so torn up about having to cancel most of my tour. But I, told myself, like, this business this time around, I'm not going to make any stupid decisions just because it looks cool or it'll be fun. I'm not going to do that. So I committed that to myself. So this time I was like, I don't have the ticket sales to support the amount of stress and problems this is bringing to my family. So I canceled most of my book tour. And, I've been so like it just feels so lame, you guys. It's such a low energy, low vibe, just embarrassing, ridiculous, sucky feeling. But in 5 years, not gonna care. I'm not gonna care about that one book tour for that book that came out one year at Christmas time. No, I'm not. I'm hopefully by then I got so many books out. I'm just cranking it. I am like a well-known. Hopefully at that point I'm doing a few like mini tours. Like I've said, my children are very invested in an RV tour where they are joining me on the tour, which that'll be a few years. But hopefully by then I won't even remember how each individual book launch went. And I still right now, my Heartlander series just finished a year ago, and I barely remember how those launches all went. Which launchers was I disappointed? Which ones did I feel like I crushed it? I don't know. Overall, as a whole, the series is doing well, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm very happy with it. Sorry, that was like kind of a lot about me all of a sudden and kind of like business technical stuff. But I know I have a lot of writers who are now watching on this channel, a lot of authors, and maybe this is exactly what you're going through. Like your book tanked. That sucks. Your book tanked. Let's take a moment. In all my episodes, I'm like, let's feel our feelings, grieve the loss, right? But then let's move on to toxic nihilism where we're like, nothing matters. Life is meaningless. None of this is going to matter in 5 months or 5 years. So I'm not going to spend that much more time on it today. That can be very helpful in the moment to kind of just pull you out of your own, drama. That so much of what we get worked up over, even sadness, even emotional, there are big things. There are big things in our life that will never be the same. We will have grief the rest of our lives. There's no recovery. Some stuff I haven't shared publicly. And, you lose a loved one, you lose a baby. Maybe you lose a career you worked on for 10 or 20 years. I mean, there's some things that are life changing. And yes, you will still care about them in 5 weeks, 5 months. And some things, yes, you'll still care in 5 years. But a lot of the day-to-day stuff that just gets onto us like a little leech and just attaches and sucks all of our happiness out, it's stupid. It's stupid. A lot of this stuff piles on, okay? So let's take some of it off. That's actually another really good one that I should have put in here. And I don't know if it's on the other, I don't know if it's stereotypical that everybody says all the time, but now I'm going to have to change the title and the thumbnail because now we're at 12. But a quick hack for feeling instantly better is something is weighing on you and you will feel better if you get it off. For example, right now I've got to sign my son up for basketball and the email's just been sitting there in my inbox. And I have a few of those kinds of things, I need to get this task done and I keep putting it off and keep putting it off and keep putting it off. And that really weighs on you. That's another quick win that you can have for yourself to get rid of some of those things. But again, the stress that all those little things pile on and financial things and, oh, I really wanted us to go on this trip this year, but we're not going to be able to afford it. We're just not going to be able to make this trip happen. Yeah, that's really a bummer for weeks or months. But years and years from now, I don't think you're going to think about a trip that you couldn't afford to take, right? So that has helped me a lot. It has helped me, like I've talked about before, in really worrying about, especially, with so many kids, this one, is having this issue with a friend. This one is having this issue at school. This one's most of it's not going to matter in 5 years. Okay. All right. That is it for this episode. Was it happier? Can you see the toxic positivity coming through? I actually am in a pretty good space. I'm still disappointed about the chore, but I'm feeling pretty good. We're in a new rhythm with the kids finally going to school again. Like, things are feeling good, but I think just in walking through some of my life lessons often come on the other side of things being hard and things being, like difficult, sad. So I really wanted to help people who are in the thick of it this week with some instant wins to instantly feel happier, lighter, better. So remember, on this channel, I have this podcast. It is on iTunes, Spotify, the audio places. Then I also have a weekly vlog that's like my own writing challenge, what I'm working on, which novel I'm trying to finish. Also has some snapshots of my day-to-day life and our family. And then I have my weekly writing tips video as well for all of my fellow authors, aspiring writers out there. Just helpful things that I've learned along the way in a very no-nonsense this is how we really do it type of way. So I hope you'll consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, hit the notification bell. And if you happen to see me out in the wild like this, just you can tell this smile. I got all the toxic positivity that I can. Just talking to my children. I'm talking to the checkout lady. Maybe my eyes start watering. Those are happy tears.